Friends, today we are going to explain the movie 12th Fail, which is the story of a boy who does not even know the basics of UPSC, yet he is determined to clear UPSC, and how he does all this, you will know today in this movie. Now let's start the story. So friends, the movie starts in the village of Chambal, where a boy named Manoj is sitting on the roof. At this time, Manoj is making cheating notes there so that he can complete the 12th grade. Then a postman comes to their house and asks Manoj's father, "What did you think of him? People will let you go like this. They have sent you a suspend notice." Then Manoj's father refuses to take the notice, and Manoj's grandmother holds the postman's hand and asks Kamlesh to bring a gun and says, "I see how someone suspends my son." Then we are shown in the flashback that where Manoj's father worked, he had clearly refused his boss to do the work of trespassing, and there was a fight between them on this matter. Then Manoj's father hit his boss with slippers. Then Kamlesh shoots in the air, and the police come there. Seeing this, everyone calms down. Now at night, they are all eating food, and Manoj's father says that now I will fight a case against them, and for this I will have to go to the city. Manoj's mother says that if you go, then how will it work? But his father does not listen to his mother. The next day, Manoj was sitting in the exam room and was taking out cheating notes. Then Manoj's teacher said that I was writing all the answers on the board. Just stick them. And all the children were happy, because all the schools in that area used to get cheating done. The new DSP of the village comes there. He says, "What is going on here?" The school principal threatens the DSP and says that this is the NLA's school and tries to force him in. But on the contrary, the DSP arrests the principal and takes him with him. Now, it is revealed that Manoj has failed due to not cheating, and Manoj's father goes to the city to fight the case, due to which Manoj's mother starts worrying about the house. Then, at night, Manoj and Kamlesh come home and find thereafter giving money in their mother's hand. They say that from tomorrow, we will drive a car in which we will have to drop people from one place to another. When the next day they are going for some rides in their car, a man stops them on the way and asks them to ride in his bus, but Kamlesh refuses for this. Then the man says that this is NLA's bus and it won't go empty like this, so you have to sit your rides in our bus. Then Kamlesh gets angry, and he hits the man with his slippers and goes away from there. Then, after going a little distance, some policemen come to those two brothers. They arrested them because they had beaten the NLA's man. When the policemen are beating them in jail in a false case, a policeman calls their father a thief, and Manoj gets angry and threatens to kill him. Hearing this, the policeman takes Manoj out of jail and says, "Either you kill me today or I will kill your brother." After this, Manoj runs away from there and directly enters the DSP's house because he knows that the DSP is an honest man. There, the DSP listens to all the things about Manoj, and he immediately reaches the police station. He sends Kamlesh and Manoj home and takes the policeman on remand. After this, when the DSP was returning in his car, he saw both of them going on foot and gave them a lift. There, Manoj tells the DSP, "Sir, I want to be like you." And then the DSP tells Manoj, "For this, you have to stop cheating." Both of them go to their home. Then we see the scene of next year, and we come to know that DSP has been transferred, and all the children are now cheating, but not Manoj, because DSP's voice is still in Manoj's ears. His voice was also echoing that he would have to give up cheating. Now, after passing 12th grade without cheating, he continues his education with the same dedication for 3 years. He continued studying, and to meet household expenses, Manoj's mother sold all the cows in the house, and now Manoj has decided that no matter what he does, he will become a DSP. Then the day came when Manoj cleared BA. That day, his grandmother called him and gave him the remaining pension money. She said that now you go and come back only after becoming DSP, and Manoj boards the bus to go to Gwalior the next day. But after going some distance, he falls asleep. When awoken by the conductor upon reaching Gwalior, Manoj realizes that someone has stolen all of his belongings, leaving him with nothing. There was no means to return, nor was there even a single rupee in his pocket. Now, when Manoj was eager for coaching there, he came to know from a coaching center that the recruitment of DSP has been banned because the government does not have money to give to the people. After which, Manoj sits hungry in front of a dhaba for 2 days, and when he cannot bear the hunger, he goes inside the dhaba and says to the owner, "Sir, give me food to eat. Get me to do any work in return." The owner of that dhaba is very good, so he gives food to Manoj for free. Then, when Manoj was telling his story to the man of the dhaba, then a boy named Pritam Pandey was also listening to this. Then Pandey says to Manoj that, "Brother, my DSP exam has also been cancelled, and now I am going home. You also go to your home." But Manoj says, "No, brother, I can't go to my home. My family members have many expectations of me, and all my stuff has also been stolen." Then Pandey gets a call from his father, and his father says to go to Delhi and prepare for UPSC there. Then Pandey tells Manoj that I am going to Delhi to become an IPS. Then Manoj asks what this is, and Pandey laughs and says, "You don't know IPS." Then Pandey says that an IPS is bigger than a DSP. After hearing this, Manoj says that now I have to become an IPS, and Pandey, "Brother, take me with you. I will do whatever you say." Pandey takes pity on him and agrees to take him to Delhi, and then both of them reach Mukherjee Nagar, Delhi. After reaching there, Manoj gets scared of seeing many students like him and asks Pandey, "That brother, we will be able to clear UPSC." And then a tea vendor there says that you all should go and meet Goripaya. He will definitely become an IPS this time, and he takes both of them to Goripaya, saying that he will help you. Then when they reach Goripaya, they see that there are already many people there. All the children are studying from him, and both of them also start understanding from him about UPSC. Then Manoj asks Goripaya, "Baya, please get me some small job so that I can study further." And Goripaya says to Manoj that when I came here to study, I did not have even a single rupee, so I worked as a sweeper for 3 years. Will you be able to do this? Manoj agrees to do any kind of work. Then Goripaya gets him a job in a library, where he has to sweep and clean toilets. After a few days, Goripaya's result was announced. Everyone gets disappointed after seeing that he is not able to clear UPSC, and this was his last attempt. Then we see Pandey, who thinks that it is time to change the party because in the same year, an English medium boy had topped, and Pandey went to his team. But here Manoj is still with Goripaya. It happens, and Goripaya still does not accept defeat and says that if it is not mine, then what if one of you gets cleared? I will understand that I have also become an IPS, and then Goripaya restarts at the tea stall. Along with making tea by setting up the board, they start teaching the aspirants. Now after this, the papers of all the children start, and Manoj fails in the first attempt. But seeing this, Manoj does not give up and starts trying for the second time. He also helps Goripaya in his shop, and one day, while giving tea, he reaches the English medium group, and there he meets Pandey's Sir, Deep Mohan, who has now become an IPS, and he tells Manoj that if you ever need me, ask for my help. Then Manoj gives the exam again after 1 year, and this time his prelims pass. Then he goes to a coaching institute to prepare for the mains exam, where the institute was asking for very high fees, and Manoj says that right now I have little money now, and I will pay the remaining money gradually. I will repay you slowly. Please get me a job in this coaching center. And the coaching girl says that it is okay. For now you go and put a photo frame there. If there is any work, then I will definitely tell you. Then another client comes to that girl, and she gets busy talking to them. A photo is seen there, and Manoj comes there and says, "Madam, I know the boy in the frame, and he has not taken any coaching from you." That Madam takes Manoj inside and starts scolding him, saying that we have given him money, so that her name can be associated with this institute. Then clients who have just come there ask if this student did not teach from here. Then Manoj tells them everything. Then Shraddha and her father started leaving from here. Manoj tells them that if you need any help, I will stay here in the nearby library. And during the conversation, Shraddha comes to know that Manoj cleared the prelims without coaching, and she gets surprised, after which they all leave from here. After this, Manoj kept thinking about the same girl for many days. Then one day that girl, Shraddha, reaches the library where Manoj used to work. The conversation between them starts, and then we are shown the coaching classes of Divya Kriti Sir, where both of them had also come to study there. Now here, Divya Kriti Sir praises Manoj a lot because Manoj had written very well on terrorists, and Shraddha also liked it very much. She praises him. After this, Manoj also continued to study diligently. Then one day, the owner of the library where Manoj used to work accuses him of theft, saying that the money for selling scrap is less. Manoj has eaten that money. Then Manoj leaves this job in anger, after which Manoj is now worried about losing his job. Because of this, he even stops going to class, and then one day Pandey goes to meet Manoj and sees that Manoj now works at a flour mill, and that place was no less than hell. Then Pandey tells Manoj, "Go and meet Shraddha once. She is going to Mussoorie," and Manoj says, "No, now I will meet her only after clearing the mains," after which Manoj gives his mains exam, and he comes to know that he gave wrong answers in the exam. That means he failed this year as well. Now Manoj thinks something and reaches Mussoorie to meet Shraddha. He does not find Shraddha, but he tells Shraddha, "I love you" on the phone. Shraddha says that we do not have time to do all this, and she asks Manoj to leave from there. Manoj goes straight from here to his village, where he comes to know that his grandmother is dead, and his father is still stuck in the court case. Then Manoj's mother tells him not to worry about this place. It was your grandmother's dream. You should return after becoming a big officer. And then Manoj returns back to the flour mill. There he starts working hard day and night, and after a few days, one day his father comes to meet him and says, "Go home. In what hell are you living here?" But Manoj refuses his father and says that he will return only after becoming an IPS officer. After which Manoj is taking classes from Divya Kriti Sir. Then Shraddha comes there. Then Shraddha talks to Manoj and says sorry for that day. But Manoj says no problem. Right now I have to give all my attention to the main exam. And he leaves from there saying this. After this, Shraddha will not meet Manoj for many months. A few days later, the result day also comes, where we see that Pandey failed this time too, and Manoj has been cleared in prelims. Now Shraddha goes to meet him to tell him where she sees that Manoj is running a sugar mill and that he is in very bad condition. She then tells him that your prelims have been cleared. Now prepare for the mains, and you will not be able to prepare by staying at the sugar mill. Then she further says that you leave the mill, but Manoj does not listen to Shraddha, and Shraddha leaves from here. After a few days, Manoj again gives the main exam, and this time he also fails. At night, Manoj and Shraddha are sitting at Gauri Bhaya's tea shop when Pandey comes there and finds both of them sitting together. Seeing this, he gets jealous because his girlfriend has left him. He starts telling Shraddha that if you had not distracted Manoj, today Manoj's mains would have been cleared. After hearing this, Shraddha starts crying and leaving from here. Manoj comes after him and stops her. Shraddha tells Manoj that one day you told me I will turn the world if you say I love you to me. Then go and turn the world. And Shraddha says I love you to Manoj. On hearing this, Manoj runs straight to the IPS Deep Mohan house, and there he meets Deep Sir. He says that you recognize me. I am Manoj. from whom you had told me that whenever you need help, ask me. Then he says that, sir, every time I am not able to clear mains, then Deep Sir asks him to work on his writing skills. And Manoj understands that now that Manoj is working at Gauri Bhaiya's shop. Gauri Bhaiya says that if you keep working at the shop like this, then you will never clear UPSC in your life. Then Manoj says that, Bhaiya, work has to be done. Then Gauri Bhaiya tells him angrily, you are shifting to my room immediately, and after today, you will not do any work, and all you have to do is study. Hearing this, Manoj also agrees to his words and shifts to the room. Then he starts studying very hard day and night, and after a few days, Shraddha comes there with old notes and says I am going to Mussoorie to appear for the mains exam. Then both of them hug each other, and Shraddha goes from there. Then one day, Gauri Bhaiya tells Manoj that Shraddha has cleared mains. Manoj is very happy to hear this, and after a few days, Manoj also gives his mains exam, which he passes, but we see Pandey had failed this time too, and he was telling this to his father. Then Manoj comes to Pandey and asks him for his phone, saying that I want to talk to Shraddha. Then Pandey gets angry and says that I have brought you here. I brought you here, and you don't care if I fail or pass. After this, Manoj tells Pandey to tell all this to his father, not to me, and Pandey leaves from there. Then at night, Manoj gets a call from Shraddha, and she says that now I will stay here because someone has informed my father about both of us. Manoj gets suspicious about Pandey and calls him, and Manoj comes to know that Pandey is in jail, so he goes and gets Pandey released from jail. Then he starts checking his mobile. Then Pandey says, brother, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. Then Manoj fights with him and goes away from there. After mains is cleared, the day of Manoj's interview comes, and Gauri Bhaiya is making him wear a tie. Then Shraddha comes there and tells him that she has become the deputy collector. Manoj is very happy to hear this. They go to meet Pandey, where Manoj thanks Pandey and says that if you had not brought me here, I would never have come here. Pandey apologizes to Shraddha and says all the best to Manoj, and they become friends again. After this, Manoj goes for an interview, and in the interview, they ask him how you failed in 12th grade. Then Manoj says that there was no cheating in our village that year because a new DSP sir had come there who had stopped cheating, and the whole school had failed. Then he sends Manoj out and calls him back after some time. And he asks, what will you do if you are not able to become an IPS? Manoj says that I will go back to my village and teach the children there so that they never cheat, and after a few questions, the interview ends. Now Manoj feels that it was believed that even his last attempt was wasted. On the day of the result, we learned that Manoj had become an IPS. After this, he told this news at his home, and everyone was happy to hear that, despite so many difficulties, Manoj has become an IPS. Then Manoj wears his dress and goes to a police station. The DSP salutes Manoj there. It is the same DSP sir who asked Manoj to stop cheating. Then Manoj touches the feet of DSP sir and says, do you recognize me? DSP sir is very happy to see him. This is where the movie ends. How did you like this movie? Tell us in the comments. The movie is very inspirational. You must watch this once.